You asked for it, so here it is. The world is in a very precarious situation right now, and a company like Barstool Sports is simply needed. They may be the most undervalued company in the world. I know what you're thinking. This company, headed by Dave Portnoy, aka El Prez, aka Davey Pageviews, aka Davey Day Trader? Insane, yes. True. Also yes. Take this for example. Dr. Anthony Fauci has been at the Whitehouse for daily health briefings and is all over the news. He decided that something different and unique needed to be done to reach a younger audience and reiterate the concept of social distancing. So what did he do? The only logical thing possible. Go ahead and pardon my take for an interview.
You boldly
name another sports podcast that has spoken out against disavowed.
I don't have a way to articulate this madness. Fauci is the most sought after interview in the world right now, and he decided to go on a podcast with two guys who once bought a goldfish and crowdfunded a share of Packers ownership for it. They're no longer a niche sports and lifestyle brand. They're the voice of reason in an increasingly distraught world. The question becomes, how did this happen? To tell the story of Barstool, you need to understand their competition. There are essentially two titans of the sports entertainment industry, ESPN and Fox Sports. At first glance, a duopoly, but it's worse than that. Disney's been busy over the past few decades. In 1996, Disney purchased 80% of ESPN by way of ABC. Then in 2019, Disney purchased a controlling interest in Fox. That means we're no longer talking about a duopoly, but instead a monopoly. This means that there's quite literally zero existing competition in the space. In my last Barstool video, I explained that Barstool excels in the online sphere rather than network television. What I failed to explain is that it doesn't matter what space they're in, because Disney themselves is stale. Let's compare. Stephen A. Smith is the most infamous character on ESPN and is admittedly entertaining. But let's see what he has to say.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
And here's Dave Portnoy talking about a pizza. A frozen pizza.
So Jack, I'm gonna fucking do this, and I wish this was your fucking heart. Even though I'm not gonna hold any grudges, even though the guy who runs your Instagram page is a cocksucker, no disrespect, and I wish I could take his fingers and chop them off, I'm gonna score this fairly. You've been around for 1960. I'm sure you got some nice people there, just not that self-righteous douchebag, no offense, who wrote us that Instagram post being like, yeah, we see what you're doing. We don't have time. We're too busy stocking the shelves and keeping people alive to send you one pizza. And he sent 3,000 words on it.
There's no comparison here. When someone is this distraught and downright furious about a pizza, you know they'll do whatever it takes to be successful. Barstool Sports excels at understanding their audience. Mostly men between the ages of 16 and 35. Yes, they have made considerable progress in expanding the target audience through hires and expansions, but the core is most important. This is the same reason why I cover Barstool so much. My core audience is overwhelmingly men under the age of 35. I have to appeal to my audience. At the same time, less than 2% of you are subscribed, so make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you want to see next. Understanding these analytics and utilizing the internet gives Barstool a distinct advantage over traditional media. Flexibility. Why is this flexibility needed? NBA, gone. NHL, gone. Baseball, gone. The Masters, Kentucky Derby, Wimbledon. The list goes on and on. From a business perspective, everyone's been hit hard. Penn's stock has plummeted, and for good reason. Even worse, Penn's bread and butter are casinos and horse race tracks. Clearly, social distancing isn't exactly a possibility here. Sports entertainers and corporations need to be creative. ESPN's ideas to fill this gap are ridiculous. A horse tournament, esports, and my personal favorite, reruns of games no one cares about. The Last Dance will be great, but who cares about Bowling Green's 2003 football upset at Purdue? No one. Instead of copying everyone else, Barstool creates the content we want. Marty Mush, who I talked about in my last video, is currently going on Periscope to attempt trick shots every night, even if it takes 1,000 tries. Dave Portnoy live streams his day trading. That might sound boring, but the man has no idea what he's doing. Last I heard, he was down $500,000. It's pure comedy genius. And as previously shown, Portnoy's been busy reviewing frozen pizzas and unboxing metric tons of gifts from Stoolies. What other company would create a list of frozen pizzas this comprehensive and egregiously biased? And in all seriousness, rest in peace, Jax. I truly would not be surprised if they go out of business. But anyway, Barstool will find a way to adapt, survive, and succeed. The lesson here is one of originality. When things are going poorly, you really get a sense of what people are made of. In my mind, traditional outlets have been exposed as nothing more than large budgets and shallow commentary. Barstool rejects this completely, and people have noticed. This represents a great buying opportunity. One by one, sports will come back. Casinos will open. Life will return to normal. For all intents and purposes, everything will be okay, and Barstool will thrive. Buying stock now could be a gold mine, and there's only one way to celebrate: with a zillion beers.